Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Power Morphicon after 4 long years. That's not big enough for me. I said we are here at Power Morphicon after 4 long years. Yes. What does that mean? That means as the Power Ranger fandom, we get the opportunity to not only see each other again, but to see the people that we are fans of once again. Am I right? All right. Before I even get this thing started, this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 29 years later. Thank you, everybody, for being in this room. Thank you. Before we get started, a couple of ground rules. Number one, these are facts on what I'm about to tell you. I am the greatest moderator of all time. Why? Because I want every Power Ranger fan who has a question for the Rangers to get their question heard. Okay? That being said, I want you guys to know the Rangers are extremely kind and extremely nice people, but I want you to keep your questions respectful. That sound good? That sound good? Okay. Now, in the midst of the panel, I will have you guys lined up behind this microphone, and I want to get to everybody's question. But in order to get to everybody's question, I need you guys to help me. So please do me a favor. If you have a great question, try to ask a question that they've never heard. We've all been at Power Morphicon for years, and we love keeping it fresh. And I want to keep it fresh for the Rangers as well. Now, that's 1. 2, throughout the entire thing, if somebody asks their question, I'm going to ask you what your name is. As soon as I ask them what their name is, we go crazy, because as Power Ranger fans, we celebrate each other. Am I right? All right, so let's try to make it see if you understand what I'm saying. I'm your moderator, CT is dope, Clayton Thomas. Nice. We can do a little better, but we're going to try that later. In the meantime, I'm excited to bring out some amazing people that we grew up watching we have here right now. I need you guys to go crazy for every single name that I mentioned. I'm bringing out first, Scorpina, Sabrina Lou, make some noise. There she is, in costume. Sabrina Lou. I want to bring a man to the stage that had the voice of our childhood. He is a legendary voice, the voice that we all hear when we think of Power Rangers first. And that voice is Zordon. Mr. David Fielding, make some noise. Y'all can do better than that. David Fielding, Zordon. Coming in right now. Super excited to introduce this lady. When I tell you she has so many Ranger skills under her belt because she's played more than a few. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Sutherland, make some noise for Pink. Coming in right now, I love her. If you ever want to boogie with the bear, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Karen Ashley, make some noise! Yes.
That's a great shirt.
Thank you. I got this shirt from Karen's booth. Make sure y'all get this shirt. It says fire. I couldn't wait to put it on.
I love you.
How are you asking questions? We ain't even got everybody there yet.
1 second.
Coming in right now. Love this man. This man's a legend. When I tell you an incredible red, but an even better blue, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Cardenas, make some noise.
Steve, where are you, Steve?
Steve.
Steve!
Let me tell you something. When I tell you,
Apparently caught in mid-morph.
okay, when I tell you that was the greatest intro for him not to be there, it's crazy.
Right!
Y'all did an amazing job, though. This is so Steve. Coming in right now. Love this man. This man is like a big brother to me. He is one of the legendary Rangers. We get the opportunity to welcome him right now. The original American Black Ranger, Mr. Walter Emmanuel Jones. Make some noise. My guy. Get in there.
Yes!
What's up, peoples?
Now, I am ready to get this thing started. Before we even get started, first of all, again, thank you guys for being here. Before we even get into the panel, know that they each have a booth. I want you guys to visit the booth. I want you to get some pictures. I want you to get some sound. I want you to meet them because they're amazing people. All right? But before that, it's time to get into the hard-hitting questions, guys.
Uh-oh.
I ask the questions that nobody has asked before, and number one, question starts. I'm going just like this down the line. Everybody's asked you guys, hey, what's your favorite episode of Power Rangers? Hey, guys, like, how'd you get the role? I'm not asking you that. You know what I'm asking? What was your least favorite episode of Power Rangers? Walter, start me off. Steve Cardenas.
There he is.
Get in here. Sit here, sit here.
You need to work on that morphing
Get in
sequence, son.
You in.
I got lost. I'm sorry. So my least favorite episode is probably the ones that I wasn't in much.
All right.
I think we did do an episode that was Island of Illusions, which was weird. I mean, it was a great episode, but it was weird because we were at the Arboretum and there were a lot of mosquitoes. And I don't really like mosquitoes. And so, I think I got bit up on that day a little bit because we were like all up in the weeds and the whole thing. But it was a fun episode, but I didn't like the part of getting bit and mosquitoes.
So you didn't like mosquitoes
No,
or
I don't like
spiders,
mosquitoes.
is what you're telling us.
Spiders or moths or yeah, I got that hey. That part.
Karen?
Oh. My least favorite episode was the episode they sent Aisha to Africa and were like so uncreative on how they were going to write Aisha out. They promised me 10 episodes and then the next day it was over. So that was my least favorite episode. But I'm not complaining. I'm going to keep it real.
Listen, I
have
want
a similar
that.
story.
I want the real. These are honest. Mosquitoes, you were promised the last episode. These are what we want, folks. Catherine, give it to us.
Yeah, my least favorite episode was when our last episode of Turbo, when we found out we weren't coming back in the newspaper.
What?
Out.
What?
I think my least favorite episode was Happy Birthday, Zach. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I never even saw that episode, so how can I know? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I did it to you twice. No, actually, my least favorite episode is Rocky Just Wants to Have Fun. Yeah, I know that you guys all like it, but I did not like the way I looked doing that, like trying to be all goofy like that. I was new to acting. I was very much out of my comfort zone, and it was hard to do that episode.
Wow. Man, this is already the best ever. Mr. Fielding, if you would do us the honor.
3 episodes, actually. Episodes 2, 3, and 4 of Green with Evil because Zordon was absent.
Oh. Darn them.
I would have to say my least favorite episode would be the one that should have happened to give Scorpina and Goldar some more storyline. So that would be my least favorite. There's rumors I've been hearing all about what potential plot was going on, and Aisha had some stuff going on, and we were like a B story where Scorpina and Goldar actually go maybe to a little dinner or a date or dancing. Okay, now I'm sort of writing it myself, so I'm going to count on you guys to like.
Scandalous.
Here's the funny thing, and this is a shout out to you as Scorpina. Scorpina, as we all know, was and is still a very beautiful woman. Amen?
Yes. Amen.
Now, here's what I, as a child, was angry at. When you grew, when the monster has to grow, I was like, why do we see this monster in the face and she's so beautiful, life-size? That's what I was let down by that. That's one of my biggest letdowns as a prepubescent boy. But anyway.
Well, I don't understand how Goldar just becomes giant Goldar and Scorpina just literally becomes a different species altogether. Just snappy, strange insect thing.
Yes.
So with that, and because I started you guys off with your worst episodes, I have to bring it back with some heart. We get a chance for you guys to see a little bit of the legacy that you guys have left behind by meeting your extraordinary fans. And we know the Power Ranger fans are the greatest fan base of all time in any genre. Any genre. So my question to each of you is, what has been your most heartfelt moment meeting a fan? And I won't take it too far. Give me this convention that has been a humbling, heartwarming moment. I'm starting with you, Steve.
I mean, honestly, there's like too many to count. I mean, like so many people have come up and said things like, oh, you're the reason I got into martial arts, or, I had a really bad childhood and your show was always a good escape for 30 minutes every day. But I think one of the things that I liked the most was like, I think maybe was it every week or maybe once a month, they would have the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids. Like these kids would get to come to set and meet us because it's like their dying wish to meet us. So like, I really felt special about doing that, So
Yeah.
I always enjoyed that. So I can't think of like one particular heartfelt moment.
No, I was only talking about
those
this
are
kind.
a lot of heartfelt moments that
Felt good. You almost made me cry. I'm not gonna lie to you. That
Me
almost
too,
made a
me
tear. From this convention, give it to me, Walt. Can we turn this mic on?
What I was saying was, you know what? It's been amazing actually. This convention. I mean, we got all you guys, amazing fans that have come out to see all the Rangers, and thank you, baby. I think the thing is it's hard to narrow it down to one. I mean, I've had a lot of things that have been said to me over this last couple of days. I've had people come up to me with like a Black Ranger shirt that they made themselves, and it was like, Black Power. It was like, strong. It was like, that was dope, right? I was like, this is a dope shirt. I'm taking pictures of myself. I gotta post that, by the way. But then also, I've had kids from Make-A-Wish Foundation here this weekend, and I've been able to talk to them, take photos with them. So, I mean, these are heartfelt moments as well as just, man, the new generation of kids, our new generation of fans, that's so warm to me. It makes my heart so warm and so happy because your parents used to watch the show with you, right? They went and bought you guys toys and so forth and so on. And then you guys grew up with the show. And now you have your own kids, and your kids are coming, and your kids are watching the show. That's like 3 decades of fans. It's crazy. And it just makes my heart warm to meet all the young people that are still enjoying the show 30 years later. And that's you, girl. That's you. All right. But I just want to say I'm so happy to have all of you guys and all the love that we get and the love from you and your kids. And, man, it's beautiful.
I mean, everything they've said, this weekend's been so amazing. And one thing that I know Walter and I get a lot is we get people come up and say, you guys were the first time we saw ourselves on TV. And so just knowing that we were, I always give, I might complain about certain things, but I always give Power Rangers credit for being inclusive, and every single kid has had someone that looks like them. And us growing up, we didn't always have someone look like us. So, and we weren't just like the friends, we were the heroes. So for me, we always get people who come up, and it's very emotional for us and for them. And they're just like, it's the first time I saw a girl with braids, and you were like sassy. And I mean, so it's just like, it just warms our...
Still sassy.
Right! Shush it. No, but it's like, it just means so much to us because, like, literally, you guys walk up to the table, you turn 8 years old again. I mean, we're all kids, and it's just an honor for us to make your weekend special. And I'm telling you, you guys give us more than we give you, so thank you. Yes.
Isn't it fun to be back after 4 years? Oh my gosh. I was so excited because there's so many of you that have been coming consistently to Morphicon for so many years, and there's some that I've got to know your faces. But there's one, I don't know if he's in here, but Miguel, if you're in here. Miguel, the first time I met Miguel was probably 3 Morphicons ago, and he was walking in a Red Ranger suit, and his smile was so big, like his whole face smiles. He's like personifies joy. And he made me cry because he was so full of joy. And so I got to see him again and give him a hug, and it was he always touches my heart. So Love you, Miguel.
We meet so many people, and some of them touch us in ways that we don't even expect. I know that there's at least one fan who isn't with us anymore. He had a breathing condition, but he's not with us anymore. But every time that he would come up to the table or whatever, it was always a very special interaction that we had. So, as we said, I mean, we do take every interaction with you guys to heart, and it means a lot to us to just sort of share with you what the show meant to you, and you know, that means everything to us. So.
Yes.
I think one thing that was really touching to hear was somebody was relaying, you know, all of these Power Morphicons. When the first ones were happening, they were expecting it to be kids watching the current season, and were surprised that there was like 3 children in a room of like 500 people, and the real strength of this fan base and this fandom that's so amazing is the people that have been here watching for these 29, almost 30 years, all the different series. So it's all you guys, and it's like everybody said, it touches our hearts so much. I know me personally, just hearing from people, obviously the kids always gets, but anyway, sorry I'm emotional, but we love you guys. You really, truly are the best.
Beautiful, man. That is beautiful. Before we even continue, I want to start that line. Is the mic still over here? Where did it go? It's over there? All right, cool. So start the line for everybody who wants to start asking a question. Let's get it immediately. Rush, because you already know how this is going to go.
Run.
Get to that mic. Get to that mic. Yes. So as they're lining up, I'll give you this. As we've been at the PMC, all of you guys are amazing, as I've spoken to all of you guys. My worst experience in this convention has been with you, and I'm going to tell you what happened. This is crazy. Watch. So
I got lost. I'm sorry.
So this is 2014, right? 2014 PMC, and I see Rocky. I see Steve for the first time, and I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Super nice, all of that. And then I walk away, and then I come back like a couple hours later after the Red Ranger Forever Red panel, and I was like, "Hey man, why weren't you at the Forever Red panel?" Just like excited, and he was like, "Because I wasn't in Forever Red." I felt so stupid. I had to walk so far away, like, "Oh, okay. Have a good day. If you need anything, let me know." It was so awkward, bro. I have been trying to live that down for years.
You haven't shook it. You haven't done it.
How you doing, man? What's your name?
Oh.
Hold on. Can we turn the mic on, please? There we go.
Cool.
What's your name?
Up? Hey, my name's Nova. That's what I go by.
Nova. Make some noise for Nova! What's your question, buddy?
That's badass. I actually had a question for Kat. Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I know that she does that to guys. She does that to guys. I'm telling you.
Heartbeat. Sorry, heartbeat.
She's that hot. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, this actually pertains to making Turbo, the Power Rangers movie. Worst and bad. I'm sorry, best and bad.
Sorry, I was.
Okay. During filming for Turbo,
Turbo.
yes, your best and your worst.
Moment in Turbo.
Yes. And
Well,
filming
worst.
for
I
the
said
film,
my
yeah.
worst was my last day on set because I was upset and it was horrible last day. My best moment. I really loved the episode Wait and See. I always say that because I love the message of that episode. It was Kat was struggling with her self-esteem and wasn't eating. And as a dancer, I had experienced that world of just girls not eating and starving themselves. And so I really appreciated that the episode was teaching kids to love who you are on the inside. And I get a lot of people actually comment on that. So I related to it a lot. So I think that was probably my best moment.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Good question, man. What's your name, buddy?
Hi, my name is George from Orange County, California.
Make some noise for George!
My question's for Karen Ashley.
Woo!
Yes.
So I'm a Vietnamese American, and Tui Trang was my very first Vietnamese Asian superhero.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask you, she was the one that passed you the torch as the Sabretooth Yellow Ranger. Do you have any most memorable conversations you had with her?
I honestly only met her once. I met her at Walter's house. They always used to have these legendary parties.
Yes, they did.
And I went to one of them and I met her. It was literally like 2 weeks after you guys had left the show. So it was like so brief. Both of us, we were both nervous because it's like, oh God, I was like, I'm the new girl. Like just didn't know how to like approach that. But she was so nice. And she was just like, good luck with everything. And we like talked for a second. And that was the only time I met her. We never got to work together on set, and I wish we all could have worked together. I always say that they have the magic wand. They have the ability. They could potentially put the band back together someday, and hopefully one day they do. But that was the only time I got to meet her. But it's so precious to me because we literally wore the same suit. I wore her boots. Like they didn't make me a new costume. I was like literally stepping into her shoes, and I just told her, I was like, wow, it's such an honor to, be the Yellow Ranger. And she was like, good luck with everything. And it was so nice. So.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man.
Hi, I'm Walter from Detroit.
Walter!
What up, homie? What up, Doe? We know one of those too.
What up,
We know
Doe?
one of those guys
So naturally, my question is for Walter.
from Detroit.
My brother, if you could play any other character from this franchise, who would it have been?
You know what?
Aisha.
That is a question that people ask me from time to time, and I got to say that I'm just really down with being Zach. Period. You know, I don't know that I would have chosen any other character. However, in the comic book series, Boom Comics, Zach has gone on to become an Omega Ranger. And I really like the thought of that. Like the whole going to the Peace Treaty thing was kind of garbage, but
I'm telling you, they don't write people out right. It's terrible.
But the Omega Rangers that are intergalactic Rangers that are going around to different dimensions and helping to save other Rangers, that I was down with. I would love to go back and be the actual Omega Rangers. That would be dope.
Yeah. That is cool.
That's
Solid. That was really good. Great question, brother. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm Alden. I'm from Vegas.
Walter from Vegas!
This question's for Steve. Do you feel angry or disappointed at all that you couldn't make it to Forever Red, the episode?
Uh-oh.
To say I'm salty would be an understatement. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what happened, you know what I mean? Like, they called me up and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and then they just shot it without me, and I don't know what happened, so.
They do that, Steve. They do that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what
Yeah.
it is, but I felt like it should have been everybody that was red at that point. So.
I didn't sign it.
And it wasn't canon, so they could have
should've
had
had me
two
sign
red Mighty
Bad-
Morphin.
bad
Like,
news.
it doesn't have to match anything, you know what I mean? So I don't know. No thought on that. But.
Okay, thanks.
Cool.
Thanks,
But
man.
if and when they ever ask me back, I will definitely go back because for the fans, I want to give back to you guys. So, and I know you guys always want to see Rocky back on the screen. So we'll hopefully maybe one day we can make that happen. But who knows? You know.
When you came back last, I screamed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
For
like,
the 25-year.
Man, it was
reunion
amazing.
episode. 25 years.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm all right. What's your name, man?
I'm Brian from Silmar, California.
Brian from Silmar.
My question's for Walter because I think he'd be the most honest. And I'm sorry for those who heard this at the Time Force one. Out of every group of friends, there's one person who they don't want in the group chat. Who is it out of these guys?
Out of every
there's
group
one
of
person
friends,
that
there's
what?
one person you don't want?
Don't want in the
Every group
chat.
of friends has the one person they don't want in the group chat. Out of all of these, who is it?
Out of all of these people?
Just
you know what?
here?
Is it just limited to this room?
Well, let's
'Cause,
just check his phone, shall we? I believe that blocked person is me.
You picked the
There's no doubt about
you picked the wrong person to tell the truth.
Every time I text Walter, it's like, new phone, who dis? New phone, who dis?
It's funny because group chatting is like a new thing, right? It's kind of like something that not everybody has done. I mean, it's a new thing that people do. And none of us are in a group chat. So I can't say that anybody would
We
be.
actually are,
Yes,
Walter.
we
Maybe
are, Walter.
You're not in the group
We
chat.
are.
Oops.
Wait,
I guess I'm not the one in the group chat. Then.
maybe you're the blocked one in the group chat.
Walter, you're out of the group chat.
You're out of the group chat, Walter.
You see what you started, man? You see what you started?
I told you.
Walter
picked the
has
wrong
left the group
person.
chat, and now Walter has left the panel.
I thrive on
Thanks for your
conflict.
question, man. I would think y'all would have said David because, we be cussing, and David is
Yeah.
into the church. I don't want him to hear the
Yeah.
cussing. How you doing, man? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Ethan from Seattle.
From Seattle!
Emerald City.
My question's for David because he plays my favorite character. Sorry to steal someone else's question, but what was
Papa
your
Z.
favorite and least favorite moment on the show?
Wow. My favorite moment on the show was actually filming it. Being there with the originals and just doing the lines with them, that was great. My least favorite moment on the show was
Not being on it.
not really feeling like I was on it. No, the last time I went into the booth, knowing that that was going to be the last time I was going to left, but it's very strange how Hollywood and these projects get put together, and I would have loved to have had more time on set with the guys, but that's just not the way it's out.
So, first, let me give you your flowers right now, Dave.
Yes.
I'm going to give you your flowers right now. Your voice was not just powerful for this show. You were the voice of a generation, and plural generation. Okay? Your impact and what you've done for this mythos,
Papa
for this
Z.
incredible franchise that we call Power Rangers is unparalleled, is unmatched, and without you, the show's voice that they tried to replace, we're going to go to the next question.
Yes.
Thank you so much, man.
David!
Yeah.
I'm Caleb from Seattle, Washington.
Caleb!
Yeah. What up? What it do?
So, question for Walter. What was the worst injury that you took on set from a stunt, and how long did it take you to recover?
Okay, so I think the worst injury I occurred to me on the set was maybe pulling a hamstring, but I was right back at it like within the next couple of days. I was young at that time. And back then,
Well, you're like 20.
I was a young
When
man.
You're 20.
right?
You can eat a whole pizza and still have
exactly,
six-pack abs.
exactly. I was just recuperating from everything. I didn't really sustain anything serious, but I did have a stunt that went awry with a putty where we had this gimmick where I was going to hit him in the stomach, he was going to come up, and I was going to hit him in the face, he's going to down, up, down, like that whole thing. Well, I hit him in the stomach, and he came up, but he came up too far. And I caught him right in the nose. And he's wearing the putty mask, and all I could hear was like, ah! And they're filming, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, and of course I know these guys, these are my friends. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And they're like, keep filming. I mean, they're like, keep going. So I had to keep fighting other putties while this putty's on the ground going, and then finally they go, cut. And I go over, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man, you okay? And we took off the mask, and his nose is all bloody. And I'm like, yeah, it was that kind of
many
sucked.
times I've kicked alpha stunts in the face.
Yeah,
so
and
many
well,
times
and you know,
too, man. Oh.
when you're a stunt man, sometimes you got to take one for the team. And I was like, that was a hard one though, because I felt so bad. I was like, oh man, I'm sorry about your face. But
The 90s were
Sorry
wild.
about your face.
Great question, buddy.
Wow,
What's your
brutal.
name?
My name is Emily Williams. I'm from San Diego, California.
Emily!
My question is for Catherine Sutherland. If you had to take over any Pink Ranger when you were Evil Cat, who would you take over?
Other than Kimberly?
Other than Kimberly.
I really love Jen. I love that character. She was
Everybody
badass.
really likes Time Force, right?
Yes, I really love Time Force.
like-
I love that season. It's one of the only seasons I've actually seen episodes of, other than now we have our YouTube channel. I watch whoever's coming on our show, but I really love the storylines. They had good stories and they actually acted. It was cool. Yeah.
Nice.
So I
a good
like Jen.
You're
No
welcome.
offense to us. Thank you, Emily.
Great question. Also, I will make note of this. She said that you're the greatest Black Ranger of all time while
Yes, she
wearing a
did.
dino. That's amazing. That's a win, folks. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Allison from New Jersey.
Allison!
East Coast, everybody. Hey. So first of all, it's just been great to meet you guys this whole weekend. Kind of crazy, like you guys are here in person when we grew up with them on our TV. Like what? And you guys are just so down to earth and awesome. So just thank you for this great weekend. It made it the 6-hour flight and the jet lag worth it. Do it absolutely again. So real quick, my question is for David. Like he said before, basically you were the voice of a generation. Just how did it feel knowing that you were like basically the head honcho to the head honchos that had to like go out and save the world, but it was like, you do what I say. You know?
Yes.
Well, Zordon is very unique as far as like a mentor character is concerned when it comes to TV shows like this and for superhero teams. And any other superhero team you look at, whether it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Avengers or the X-Men or something like that, the mentor character generally steps in at some point and joins him in the fight. And Zordon is unable to do that. And so I think it's really great that Zordon is probably like one of the most supportive mentors that you can think of in that capacity, in the fact that he is going to tell them, I know you can do this. You're the one who can stand up. You're the one who can solve the issue that needs to be solved. And I think that's a great message for anyone who's of a young age who's watching the show that starts to think, if they have a little bit of low confidence, there's going to be somebody behind them saying, I believe in you, you can do this. So that's the way I look at it.
Thank you.
Zordon didn't choose goody two-shoes kids either. He chose like kids with attitude. It's cool.
Yeah, and it's not a surly attitude. It's not a teenager who's going to like grumble and grunt about what they want to do. These are the guys who are going to step up and say, yeah, I can do this. Yeah. That's the attitude. So.
Yes. Yes.
Facts, man. So real quick, if I'm looking at that line, who is it? Is the guy in the hat or is it the guy in the backpack in the white? Who's at the end? Oh, in the white.
Backpack in the white.
Backpack in the white. Your final question. Heads up. Yes. Okay. How you doing, man?
Hi, I am Brandon from Gary, Indiana.
Make some noise!
I want to ask this question, everyone. I'm gonna give it to Steve. I feel like you have something enriching to say. So I work in public health, and a huge conversation now is about work autonomy, which is kind of having a conversation about working how you'd like in flexibility, which we know you guys do not have, given your work schedules and hectic shooting times. But it's also about having a gainful experience at work and seeing what that looks like and ensuring that in the workplace. I want to ask you, what was something that you kind of gained in a positive way, professionally and personally on the set?
Are you saying like what kind of action?
Yeah, like kind of like what was your kind of positive or negative? It could be positive or negative. What was your experience as far as something that was personal and positive that you learned from being on a set as a Power Ranger, or just being a part of the whole experience? Right. So what did you learn about yourself?
Yeah, well, I mean, that whole experience. As I said before, I was walking into that job with zero training at all. I didn't know anything about lighting or markers or camera angles or sound or any of that. I had to learn all of that while on film, doing it all there. So just learning all of that stuff is so valuable. I mean, like because actors or people that aspire to be actors and stuff want to learn all of that, and part of they take the time to learn that craft, and I was just thrown into that. So to have to learn all that stuff was difficult, but at the same time, like, so invaluable for everything that I was going to do later. So I was just so grateful for that opportunity.
Cool.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it definitely does. Thank you, guys.
That was good. Great question, man.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, my name is Kevin. I'm from Mexico.
Make some noise!
Mexico! Descending. First of all, Steve, Walter, nice to see you again, guys. I mean, I saw you, Steve, back in Monterrey, and then La Mole a couple of years ago. Also, USAC, so it was nice. It's nice to see the whole team again. Also, meeting as well, Sordon, everybody. Nice to see them again in my own eyes now. So, well, this one is for anyone. What would you feel now? I mean, back there, did you ever expect that somehow crazy, maybe silly kids show would grow to be this thing now? Not just nationwide, but even sometimes worldwide. Did you ever expect this was gonna blow up like this? Like fans from, I dare to say, all over the world, some other countries literally just come here to meet their heroes. Did anybody ever see this coming?
This is the sexiest accent I've ever heard. I want to pay this dude's rent. This sounds amazing. I'm sorry. One of y'all take this. Bam.
Coming from the show from the very beginning, like from the script to today, you know, like when we first saw the script, it wasn't even called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It was called Phantoms. And when we did the pilot was, you guys saw the Lost episode, right? You guys see it? All right, so that was the pilot, and that was a little strange. It was a little strange. I took that pilot home to my family, and I showed it to them, and at the end of watching it, when it went off, they all kind of went, no, stay at it, it's cool. Like, no, you know, things are gonna come up, things are gonna work out for you one day. And I was like, I'm a superhero, come on. I was like, you know, and then the show, we redid this show. Once we got picked up, and it started doing well, and it was the #1 kids show within the course of a week in the world. And I don't even think at that point we realized how big the show was. We did the Universal Studios show, 30,000 people one day, shut down LA. Crazy, right? And at that point we had a better idea. We were like, this show is hot. But I don't think any of us knew or could even think that almost 30 years later that people would still be talking about the show. So there was I had no clue. We had no clue. I'm just saying, coming from the beginning to nothing, just a script, to today, I'm shocked. I'm awed. I'm like, and I'm grateful because it wouldn't be here without you guys. You guys are what, you guys, the fans, we got the greatest fans in the world. So thank you.
Oh, I just wanted to say real quick, I definitely had no idea at all, even that all this was happening. And Steve Cardenas' sister married a friend of mine, and we ran into each other at a wedding, and he's like, you should do Power Morphicon. I said, oh, they won't remember my character. And he's like, yes, they will. You should come and do this. And I was floored. So I definitely had no idea this was all going on until 2012 was my first Power Morphicon. So.
Man.
Thank you, guys, and I hope to see you again in Mexico soon.
Thank you.
Somebody pay his rent or something. This guy, he should be a gigolo for a living. That voice. How you doing, man?
Hi, my name is Kyle, and I do not have a sexy accent, unfortunately.
Give it up for Kyle!
From Irvine, California. First PMC, and thank you all for being here. It's nice to see you all in person. My question is for Karen. All of you talked about your favorite episodes on Power Rangers, but me personally, my favorite episode of your career, Karen, was your episode on Kenan and Kel, one of my favorite TV shows on Nickelodeon. I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but no one really ever talks about it. What was it like working with that duo?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, they're comedy geniuses. I literally felt like I was in like a comedy class. Like I just would watch them and then I would like react. And I was like, these guys are beyond. I mean, because we were like super young and they were like, yeah, I'm doing a comedy show tonight at the club. And I was like, you're young. So it was crazy. But it was amazing. They are both really, really cool. We're still all friends. And I just was in awe of their talent. I had no clue that someone could be so young and be so funny, you know? So it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, incredible question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like everybody, I'm not
Thank you.
spitting on nobody. Everybody, great job with the question. But I am a huge Kenan and Kel fan. So if I didn't even know we could ask that question.
Likewise, I am
That is
too.
amazing.
I'm a huge fan of Kenan and Kel.
Yes.
Anyway, my name is Phil from St. Louis, Missouri.
Phil!
I've been watching you guys since '93, and I honestly thank you guys for making my childhood so amazing. But this is my first Power Morphicon along with my wife. She's somewhere in the back. but my question is for everybody on the panel, including CT. Do you think that your seasons would have been better with individual battleizers?
Oh.
Individual what?
Like you get armor.
Right.
Individual what?
So let me tell them what it is. Okay, so
Right.
battleizers. Battleizers, for example, do you remember the episode where you got the Green Ranger shield?
Yeah.
That would have been your battleizer, right?
With
So
someone
for
else's
you,
power?
because when you came White Ranger, it would have been a White Ranger shield over Rocky. Same for, you get what I'm saying? So even in Turbo and Zeo, battleizers,
Like the Gold
extra
Ranger?
shield, Gold Ranger, bam, on
Okay.
Zeo.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think,
I like
to
it.
his point,
I didn't mean
that
to
you guys-
confuse everybody on the panel. I'm sorry.
That's
What
a
is
lighter.
that? We're the worst Power
What's the
Ranger
rule?
fans
Don't
ever.
escalate the battle.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, anything that gave us more power would be like awesome, right? I'm like,
that's
the
true.
thing is just, it would just add it more to the show because every kept advancing. We went from teenagers to, teenagers with our weapons and to our suits, and then we went from the suit to the Megazords, to the Megazord, to the big Megazord, to, to the sword, to everything. Yeah, so I think it would just add another level. Would have been cool.
Yeah. it was,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
Right.
Ditto.
Man,
Good question.
that was a great
Thank
question.
you. Thank
You
you.
confused all of us and taught all of us all at the same time.
Honestly,
Thank you, CT.
like again, thank you guys again. Just
Since I probably
I'm in
wouldn't
awe.
get to have.
I'm shell shocked. I'm sorry. Like I'm in shock just seeing you guys on TV. Now I'm looking at your faces, your smiles. Just again, thank you guys for just taking that half hour away from every one of us
Yes.
to get away from the world and just amazing. And shout out to CT for moderating. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yes.
I personally would want to I would want to have a mirror of destruction. If I could do that to level up, that's how I think I could have got them. I think.
Yo, that's dope. The reason we're taking every question, I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason it's always so important because I am y'all. We are Power Ranger fans.
Yes.
I am, the only difference is I'm sitting up here with them and I'm friends with a lot of them. Like that now is like, oh my God, this is the childhood dream for all of us. So the reason that everybody gets to ask their question is because we've all been at this con or any con and you in that line and that one person comes up like, I'm sorry, we're gonna stop after this next person. And you're like, yo, I just flew 6 hours to be here and you don't get a chance. So everybody in that line is asking you a question. Everybody look out for the person behind you. Sir, what's your name?
Hi there. My name's Nick. I'm from Simi Valley, California.
Nick!
Simi Valley. And first off, it's great to see you guys all the time. This is my 4th Morphicon. And my question has to do for David. From the previous Morphicon, they had the live reading for Shattered Grid.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you were here. And you got to read live in front of an audience the Zordon with the voice modulator at the same time. What was that like when you read your first line and heard the crowd just go crazy?
Crazy.
Well, you can see the reaction on my face if you watch the YouTube replay that's out there. That's forever out there in the internet. It was so awesome to hear the reaction from the crowd because nobody on the panel knew that my microphone was different than theirs. So Kyle had arranged for the modulation to be on my microphone. So, and I think Peter Sodarso was sitting next to me. And so when I read that first line, to all those who hear these words, Peter about jumped out of his chair. It was really great. And I think there was like an extended 30-second round of applause. It was just really great. So that was a really special moment to be able to not only act with these people that that I didn't really get a chance to act with while we were on the show, and for actually to exchange lines with Barbara Goodson, who played Rita. That was just amazing. It was super awesome. So it's a highlight memory for me of attending these shows. So thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question, man.
Hi, my name is Russell from Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Russell!
My question's for Clayton Thomas.
Oh, shit.
No.
Shoot.
I'm a big fan of your moderating style. You're the best
Yes.
moderator I've
He's
ever
awesome.
seen at a con.
He all right. He's all right.
I want to know your opinion on the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers coming up. What do you want to see? What's your dream thing that you want to see happen for 30th anniversary?
Oh, yeah, the pressure's on. The pressure's
Well,
on.
been waiting 30 years to answer this question. What I want to see are the Rangers truly get their comeuppance. You understand? What I mean by that is we all start watching each iteration of the teams. I want to see each iteration from Mighty Morphin to Space get their true storylines wrapped and have to come together to face an evil threat that it will take all of the teams to come out of retirement. It will take Rocky and Jason having to figure out how both of their Red Ranger powers can contribute to this fight. I want to see Zach. I want to see Johnny Bosch. I want to see Karen Ashley. Unfortunately, we don't get a chance to see Tweed, but I want to see all of these actors and I want to see all of their roles be able to fight an evil
Esper, were
that's
you
not going to be
watching
easy in a 30-minute battle. This is going to be a 2-hour episode. You understand me? That's what I want. For 30 years, we have watched all of these actors and actresses not age. You understand me? So let's utilize that and the fact that they still look like teenagers with attitude and bring them into a fight
Not
that
quite.
truly requires their skills as an actor and their skills in stunts and their fight skills to be able to deliver something to the fan base that we
need to be the
deserve for
writer.
supporting it for 30 years.
I'm gonna call production and we're gonna make that happen. Hold on.
Steve, I want to see that side split right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Steve,
Drop
do the
it.
split, Steve.
I want to see the side split. The side splits.
Let's see that Van Damme.
Oh God! You kidding me? I may not even in the right kind of pants for that. These are gonna rip.
Not that kind of show, huh?
Yeah. You'll
Thank
split
you so
all
much.
right.
Yo, amazing question. Thank you so much for even giving me that, man.
Thank you.
Amazing answer to that question, by the way. That was
Man,
awesome.
honor, dude. Oh, one of the
How's it going,
Alien
y'all?
Rangers.
Hi, my name is Liam. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
William!
My question is for Sabrina. Obviously, you stepped into the shoes of a role that was played by two different people, one on footage, just film, and one a voice actor. So what was your process for preparing for that role and the direction they gave you to inhabit both of those into one character?
Wow, no one has ever asked me that question. So, well, you know, the interesting thing was I actually only saw pictures, stills of her, and then the wild thing is somehow because Wendy's voice comes in at the end of the episode, especially when she's become Scorpina, and then she's the monster, and she does "I'm back," and she does all of that, and I thought it just naturally the whole persona of her and getting to be a villain who comes down and disguised as a student, fooling, you know, this young innocent boy.
Poor Johnny.
Oh, it was
Johnny, yeah. And I was like, something's up with her.
Right. That's why I just shoved
Aisha was
my
cock
duffel
blocking.
bag at Karen so that she
She was
wouldn't
cock blocking.
blow my cover. But yeah, it was yes.
Yeah.
She was suspicious the whole time.
Yeah.
Adam, I could have fooled just over and over again. But anyway, it was really interesting that it ended up being such a match of the voice and the character. And I really think it was just the way she, to be honest, they wrote that episode, okay, you're going to be kind of bratty toward Aisha. You're going to be, you know, wooing Adam and all this stuff. And I'm like, got it. You know, so it actually, it felt really natural. And I was really happy that having not watched all of her first season stuff, that I was still able to hopefully bring her into this series and, you know, have American Scorpina come down and actually interact with the Rangers and all that kind of stuff. So it was fun. That's a great question. I'd never been asked.
Thank you.
Great job.
Quality questions, guys. Quality questions, guys. Good job.
Good job.
Uh-oh.
No pressure now, but it better be a good question.
I'm Will. I'm also from San Francisco.
Whoa!
It's great to have you. It's great to have you guys here. I hope Twee is looking down on you.
Aw, thank you.
Sure she is.
Here.
My question is also for Walter. Did Zach and Angela ever get together?
That is a great question.
Did you close the deal? Did Zach close the deal?
We used to have some wild parties. Nah, actually, Zach and Angela, Zach and Angela, as far as it went is I got a kiss. That was it. But I think she avoided me really well. I was like, dang, this girl, I don't know what she was looking for because I threw everything out of the book. I was like, I got that date at the movie theater, and then Jordan called me.
Oh, what?
I was like,
bad timing,
Jordan was cock blocking.
Jordan was like,
No time for love,
dang,
Zach.
Jordan, I just got the arms around her. I was like, oh man, this is good. And then Jordan, oh, bro, come on.
Hey, at least you got to go on a date. Rocky couldn't even get a blind girl. She was like, I was trying to get with a blind girl. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Rocky never had any luck, man. He always tried to give the girls, and some clumsy crap would happen. He'd fall out of his chair or some stupid
could
stuff.
Not get a blind girl.
Perspective.
Couldn't even land a blind girl.
Man.
Oh,
Great question, buddy.
man.
Thank you so much, man. How you doing?
Hey, it's Tommy. I'm from Angel Grove.
Hey!
My name's Raphael. I'm from Houston. My question is actually for the whole cast. I kind of want to piggyback on one of the other questions asked earlier. With the 30th anniversary coming up, there's a lot of talk about whether they're going to go with an animated direction or a live-action direction with Netflix. And I just want to ask, what do y'all think would be better? What would y'all want to see done if they rebooted MMPR?
I actually think it would be a really cool thing to see them bring the comics to an animated series. It's so cool what they're doing.
Yeah.
They could really, it would be a lot less expensive for them, which they like. But I think it's also, all your dreams and visions of what you thought the show should have become could happen in an animated series. It would be too expensive to film. Yes, I want to be evil again.
I just think they need to have a whole universe, where they do everything, live action, animated ones, little short ones, like they do with Star Wars. They have all different kinds of different little spin-offs and all that. That's what they should have.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well,
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna call production.
Yes.
Thank you for the question, man.
They do need to do it justice, though. If it's the 30th anniversary, needs to be done what you guys want.
Yes.
You know.
Also, Hasbro, I don't know which camera is on me right now. Listen, Hasbro. Okay?
Listen here.
When we say we want more adult content out of Power Rangers, we're not just talking about, let's say sheesh or dang. I want to hear what I grew up. I want to hear the audience that has grown up what we would like to hear the Power Rangers do and say. And when we talk about video games, give us something as good as Ghost of Tsushima. Give us something that's more than a fighting game. I mean, don't get me wrong. What is it? Legendary War? What is it? Battle of the Grid. Yo, that's cool, but it's a fighting game. I want to see the Power Rangers go on adventure like we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Nintendo and Sega. Come on, Hasbro. Get it together. All right. Go ahead, buddy.
Hi, guys. My name is Justin Harrison. This is my first Power Morphicon ever.
Give it up for Justin!
Thank you. I'm also from Los Angeles, California. My whole thing is that I love the Power Rangers. You guys started it all. So this question is for all of you and including Hasbro. For Hasbro, this is more of a demand. If you guys had the opportunity to come back and teach a whole brand new generation of real superheroes, would you do it?
I would definitely teach villains. I would do a villain tutorial, maybe a Zoom class.
Oh, that was a good one.
I think it would be really interesting to go back and do something. Because I'm one of the only Rangers that hasn't really been back to the show. So I think it would be, if the opportunity were presented, I think, and it was done well, it was like it allowed me to explain my story or give me like a nice, I think that would be a really cool thing to do. My problem in the past has been the fact that the show has been non-union. I've been a union actor since I left the show. So that's been my problem with going back at all. But I think it would be awesome for us all to be able to go back and to, give powers to a new generation and to be mentors. I think that would be amazing.
I love you all so much. And the fact that Hasbro needs to grow up and bring back the Power Rangers in the movies.
Yeah.
Bring that 2017 back.
The fans have spoken.
It's real. It's good, man. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing? Maurice came from Delaware.
Maurice! Hold on, Maurice. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you realize we're getting towards the end and y'all energy is dropping for these names. I need y'all to cheer like it was you. Maurice! Go ahead, man.
Before I say anything, CT, I might have to call Sebastian on you because you ruined my question earlier, so I need a new one.
What was your question earlier?
I was going to ask it for, what was it like being the voice of a generation for Zordon?
Oh, yeah, I took that. Sorry.
Yeah, you took that. So I had to
Sorry
call
about that.
Sebastian.
That's a good question.
I already paid him too, so you might have to worry about that. But this was my question for any of you guys. Which was your favorite invention of Billy's?
What was favorite? What?
Invention of Billy's. Which one of Billy's inventions is your favorite?
Oh, Invention.
It's funny because when we did the show and Billy created a number of different things, I thought the rad bug was fun. I'm like, we got in the rad bug and was driving around. I was like, we flying in the rad bug? That's crazy. That was a lot of fun.
No pilot license, by the way.
No
pilot
exactly.
license, no.
Communicators.
Yeah, communicators. I mean, he was the genius.
There you
Yes.
go. There it is.
Do you know how many times that happens to me in the grocery store?
All the time.
I'm like walking to the grocery store and hear dee dee dee. I'm like,
But what's weird is you.
Zordon.
No. What's weird is someone's watching you. Like
Exactly.
that's like you're like, oh, and it's like when you're me, it's like I have no makeup, ponytail, and then I'm like, oh, somebody's watching us. Like
I think it's one of the ways that people go, is that him? Let me see.
They want to see if we react to it.
Yeah.
It's happened in elevators, in grocery stores, library. Yeah, you guys aren't slick.
That's just me, telling you to pick up a pizza. That's what that is.
Yes. Bring home dinner. That's Zordon telling us to bring home dinner.
Dope, man. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thanks, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
Hi, my name is Michael. And I'm also from Delaware, and my question is for the Zach Man.
Hey.
All right. Not counting. We all know what the best season of Power Rangers is, but not counting Mighty Morphin, what would be your favorite?
Not counting Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers would be my favorite season.
Yeah,
you're
our
saying?
favorite series. Yeah.
Now, it's unfortunate because I've not seen all the seasons, right? But I have had the opportunity to meet a lot of the actors, and I've admired a lot of them. I mean, there's so many talented people in this franchise. I did get the opportunity to go to Brazil with Jason Fawn and some other guys, and I got to see some of the footage from there from Time Force, and I thought that was a really good series. So, yeah, I mean, Catherine was mentioning that the stories were really good, the storylines were really good, and they actually got to act a little bit more than we got to, and so I think that's the one I'm most familiar with. That would get my vote.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good one.
I'm a RPM man myself.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
There you go. Or Operation Overdrive or one of those other ones.
He's just trying to say he like cars. That's all he's trying to say right now. You're just trying to say you like cars. That's all you want to do. You just want to drive.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I just want to break in really quick. I am so sorry. I'm going to run over because I don't want people to be waiting for a photo op over there. But so good to be with all of you guys and all of these guys.
No, thank you. Come on now.
We're up for Miss Lou Scorpino. Real quick.
All you boys better go over there and get your photo op in the Scorpina costume. Y'all
There
better
you go.
do it. Today's the day.
And if y'all say you don't want to,
Live
you
your
know
best
you
life.
lying. You know you lying. You know you guys want to. You can't just hide and say like, oh, but I don't want to or something. We're nerds. Come on. We're out here. We're out here. We're doing our thing.
They're all gonna
Gotcha.
run. Look,
There
they're
you
all
go.
leaving in droves.
What's up, CT?
Ladies and gentlemen,
There we go.
We're talking about Power Morphicon. We're talking about how many conventions we've all been to. 4 Power Morphicons ago, this guy was 12 years old.
Nah, I was 14.
You were 12?
I was 14. It was 6 years ago. Thank you very much, sir. 2016,
Semantics.
it's 2022.
He is now 20 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Still a Power Ranger fan, and here right now, Alejandro!
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, like you said, my name's Alejandro. I'm from Sacktown. Thank you very much. This question's for Papa Z.
Papa Z?
Oh, that's catching on. That's catching on. So Zordon, he's got a lot of, backstory of the fans have made something. They try to make something for the comics or whatnot. Out of everything even the movie they had him be the Red Ranger at some point, and then he passed on the coins and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston killed that, by the way. Shout out Bryan Cranston. Breaking Bad, thank you very much. From everything that you may or may not have heard, whatever you decide, what would you have liked Zordon's origin story to be in your mind?
Wow.
That's no pressure.
No, I mean, I really enjoyed the stuff that Kyle Higgins and Ryan Parrott have come up with in the Boom Comics. I think they have done an amazing job of taking this rated G with extra cheese show that we did and have brought it into the modern age and sort of elevated it a little bit. And so what they've come up with, I think, is better than anything I could come up with in my own imagination. So
Okay.
I'll go with that.
Hey, that's a fair point. There you
Shout
go.
out to them.
You can't say nothing to that. There you go. Thank you, guys.
Solid
Appreciate you.
Thank
All right.
Alejandro.
So, for the person with the final question, I believe is you with the glasses. All right, cool. So you're my final question. Do me a favor, guys, so I don't want to lose any of the Rangers. Make your questions lightning fast. Let's go through it. First of all, we have a young man. What is your name, man? You can lower the mic. I don't want you to be out here like that.
Hi, my name is Damian Avalos from Tehachapi.
Make some noise! What's your question, buddy?
This one's for Zach. How did you feel about filming the one with all the spiders?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that episode was crazy because they had a real tarantula, and I had never seen it. I had never seen a tarantula before in my life, and Mark Props came and said, "Hey, so listen, we got this tarantula we're gonna put on your shoulder, and but don't worry, we fed him crickets earlier today. He's eating. He's not hungry. You don't have to worry about anything because he'll just kind of like sit on your shoulder. The only time you have to worry is when he rears up on his hind legs." And I was like, "Okay, all right, cool. So no rearing and we're good. All right, cool." So he puts the spider on my shoulder, and he's just chilling there, and I can like almost feel the fur on my neck. I'm like, it's kind of weird. I got a tarantula on my shoulder. It's a big spider. It's like my hand. And he said, the director goes, "All right, now I want you to look at the spider and scream." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." The spider goes. Austin tells the story the best because he's like, all I could see was Walter's face go white. I was like, yo, they came and swooped off my shoulder. I didn't get bit, and I actually ended up keeping the spider. I named him Homie because Homie don't play that. And I took him home, and I had him for like a couple of years. So that was a lot of fun, that episode. Crazy.
Good question, man. What's your name, buddy?
I'm Alex from Alabama.
Alex from Alabama!
So, my question's for Kat.
Yes.
Was there any truth to you actually coming back for Forever Red?
Yes, and no. Yes, they did entertain the idea, but they talked more about using stock footage for it, I believe. But I did come back and voice the villain Tesla. So, yes. Yes, thank
Didn't
you.
know. Thank you, man.
Okay, cool.
Interesting. What's up, brother?
I'm Ricky from Glendale. Just real quick.
Ricky!
So real quick, 10 years, this is my second time. First time I came here, Herbie Bias from Beetleborgs invited me to shoot something with them. His idea was to create somewhat a podcast. I interviewed pretty much all of you guys, Check it out, Hurry Baez, 2012 Morphicon.
What is your question?
I get it. My question is, what is the most awkward moment during your audition?
Oh yeah.
Audition.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
Bye.
I got a good one. It was we'd auditioned, right? And like they flew us here to LA. We all auditioned. They put us together in a group. We did the whole thing. And then they put us all in a room, right? And so we're sitting there and we're like, we don't know what's going to happen. They literally walked in and they go, you got the part, you got the part, and you got the part. And we were like screaming, crying, happy. And then all of a sudden we heard more people crying, and it was the people who were in the room with us that didn't get the part. They like told us in front of them.
That's horrible.
And I was just like, I've never been in an audition where they didn't like take us to another room, and we were literally all in the same room, and so it was the most awkward moment.
Well, actually, that's not exactly how it happened.
How did it happen?
Well, no. So what happened? That part did happen. They go, you and you got the part, where everybody else just sat there and was like.
They were like,
Like,
because we'd spent the whole day together. So now, there's like 15 of us, and we'd all kind of become friends at this point. And it was just like great. I mean, we were so happy, but it was so heartbreaking because they didn't get it.
What happened was they said, you three are moving on. You have to audition against the people that we hired from California.
Oh, they did?
Remember that? They
I
said,
didn't even remember
and they went
that.
up. And they said you have to come back again and audition one last time. Compete against the people that we've hired from California.
Yeah.
And then so we went the next day, ready to do another audition. And then we were like, dude, if we don't get the part, man, like I said, hey, listen, if we don't get the part, like, would it be at least like, could we at least meet the Power Rangers so we could just have some some say we had some kind of experience with it.
He was so
and then they were like,
positive.
well, you're not going to meet the Power Rangers because you are the new Power Rangers. So they tricked us. They tricked us, and they made us believe that we had to do another audition.
Yeah, and it wasn't true.
Against these fabricated people from California that were like, we're supposed to,
And they like to do that. And then they were like, it's signed on the contract right now. We were like, what? Like, it was all shady.
No, they did that to Yoshi and Peter, remember? Peter had the part, but they didn't tell it. They said, we're really sorry, you did a great job, but we've gone a different direction. And of course, Peter was devastated, but they told Yoshi that Peter had been cast. And so at the reveal.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Yes, it was like, crazy. Crazy.
Hollywood, folks.
Hollywood, exactly.
Our final question of the day.
Yo, last but not least.
What's your name, man?
I'm Harris. I'm from Hollywood.
Hey!
What's good? So Hollow Rangers. But anyway, have you ever gotten something in one of the scripts or one of the directors told you guys that was just like, oh wait, you want me to what? Like where it was just like awkward or cringy or kind of like, whoa, what do you want me to do? Like, do you have moments like that like stand out?
Yeah.
Mine, we were just talking about outside, that head flip thing I had to do when I turned from the cat into the girl. And they had me like go, not only did I have to do a hair flip, but they wanted me to go,
oh my God.
What kind of show is this?
Why can't I just stand up and like turn around? And no, they wanted the hair flip. It's like a hair commercial, and it was so uncomfortable. I felt so weird.
So cheesy.
So cheesy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they wanted me to have they wanted me, like, we had this monster we were supposed to be fighting. It was actually some rats from, they were going to be in the movie, but when they saw them in the movie, it looked like really dumb. So they decided to use it. Mm-hmm. Well, they decided to use it in the TV show. But they wanted to like have me sitting on the ground and have rats run over my leg. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I was like crying. I had to like fight because I was like, I am not going to allow rats to run next to me, on me.
I'm sorry, guys. Karen's being difficult. There was one rats on her.
I had to draw the line. No rats. Like, it was bad.
Oh, me too. That's
Dude, that was like, I don't remember, there was like, wasn't there one where we were like runway models or something, and they made us wear these goofy ass, like these weird goofy yellow golf pants and some weird big hat. I'm like, really gonna make me wear
Steve,
this?
you had a lot of those moments, like the one where you were we were in the movie. You were like, we were in a movie and you had to be a superhero, like in the orange
with the orange spandex
yes.
and the blue mask.
What was that outfit?
Always giving me some goofy stuff.
Yeah, the
where I'm like,
trees, like you're turning into
oh
plants.
yeah, when I turn into a
That's lot.
tree. Actually, the only one that I really liked was one of my favorite was the Zeo episode. It came from Angel Grove, where they turned me into a werewolf, and I got to do the whole werewolf. Dude, that was actually pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I had to do like this British accent, and I was like Lord Henry somebody, and like chasing Adam through the woods, and I'm like turning into a werewolf as I'm chasing him. That was pretty cool, man. I
Yes.
liked it, yeah.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, I like that one. It was all black and white too. It was black and white, which I like that too.
You know, they always add in the script that Zach was gonna do different things, which is kind of weird because I didn't have the skill set. Like they would have it in Zach juggles, and I was like, I don't juggle, and I'm, you know, so they give me some balls and like go practice. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to learn to juggle. So one time they had I think it was No Clowning Around, the episode No Clowning Around. They had in the script Zach does hip hop keto on stilts.
What?
And I was like, I don't walk on stilts. So I'm like, and hip hop keto on stilts. How am I supposed to do that? So I'm like, but I was committed. So I was like, I'll do it. I'll see what I could come up with. I got to come up with something, you know, cool to do. And I kept going, I need the stilts. I need the stilts. Got to practice. And they're like,
my
we're gonna get them to you.
You'll be fine.
We're gonna get them to you. I'm like, we're shooting tomorrow. I've never used these stilts. I'm like, we got to take it out of the script. No, we're gonna give you this. They gave them to me the day of.
Oh.
And they give me the stilts and like, you got to do some hip hop keto. I'm like, okay. It was kind of weird, but I ended up doing. I was able. Turns out. All right, bye, Steve. Bye, Steve. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Bye, man. See you. All right, bro. Steve's gone. Everybody say goodbye to Steve. Bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve.
Yeah, Steve's out. Anyway, I was telling the story. I think the story's
Finish
over.
the story, yes.
Stilts did it. It was fun. It was awesome.
Guys, Walter's being difficult. He wants to practice in his stilts. Ladies and gentlemen, not only has this been the end of the panel, this has been an honor, and because this is the end of this panel, I want you guys to do me a very special favor, and I think that everybody on this panel deserves a standing ovation for what they've contributed to our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the mighty, the Morphin Power Rangers! Make sure y'all visit their booths.
Give
Get
it up
some
for
pictures,
CT,
get them out.
the host with the most.